Hello students, welcome to the class. Today we will discuss about genetic code. Genetic code means what? What is genetic code? Actually what is there? In the previous classes we have discussed about that DNA is the genetic material, and DNA it transcribes the mRNA molecules, and mRNA they carry the message for the protein synthesis. So the protein synthesis message which is there in the mRNA, it is there in the form of codons. Codons are coding units which code for particular amino acids. Means each individual codon it codes for a particular amino acid, and this codon sequence message is called the genetic code of the mRNA. And genetic code easily we can describe it, easily we can define it, that it is the it is the relationship between the nucleotide sequence of mRNA and the amino acid sequence of a protein which is synthesized by a particular mRNA. Okay, because basing upon the codon sequence of mRNA, the amino acid sequence of protein is maintained. Each individual amino acid it is coded by particular codons. Okay, each individual codon it codes for a particular amino acid. So genetic code, actually how the DNA or the genes present in the DNA, they carry the genetic information, how a particular gene which is a cistron, a protein coding gene, how it carries the genetic information, how the protein synthetic information it is stored in the form of nucleotide sequences, and it is transcribed into mRNA, and mRNA it carries the message. Okay, so means this genetic code, how, because in case of nucleotides we know that ATGC in case of DNA and AUGC in case of RNA. Only 4 different types of nucleotides are available, but we know that 20 different amino acids are involved for the protein synthesis. Okay, so means at first in the earlier cases it was a doubt to many of the scientists that how the nucleotides, only 4 nucleotides, they code for 20 amino acids. So they thought that yes, it must be about 2 consecutive nucleotides coding a particular amino acid, but it comes about 4 square equal to 16 only, and 16 codons they could not code about 20 amino acids. So further experimentally they proved that 3 consecutive nucleotides which are present in the mRNA, they represent a coding unit or codon, and that codon represents or it codes for a particular amino acid. So as there are 4 nucleotides, so 4q equal to 64 types of codons are available, and 64 codons they are enough for coding 20 amino acids. Okay, so let's discuss about how the codons they are maintained, what are the features or properties of the genetic code, what are the how the genetic code it is maintained universally. Let's have a look. See here, genetic code. Just I have told you that 4q equal to, because 4 nucleotides are there, AUGC in case of mRNA, and 4 nucleotides they code for 4 nucleotides, so 3 consecutive nucleotides they code for a particular amino acid, as experimentally proved by these 5 scientists: Nirenberg, Ochoa, S.G. Khorana, that is Hargobind Khorana, and Francis Crick Mathai. These 5 scientists they have conducted many experiments, and they formulated the genetic code table. This genetic code table it was formulated by these experiments of these scientists. Okay, and as per the experiments, it was proved that 3 consecutive nucleotides of mRNA they form a particular codon which codes for a single amino acid. So as there are 4 different types of nucleotides, AUGC in case of mRNA, so 4q equal to 64, that is 64 types of codons are there which code for 20 amino acids. Okay, and see here how these codons these are formed, because UCAZ, 4 different types of nucleotides only, and here also I have taken, see, it's very simple to draw this codon table or genetic code table. It is the first letter UCAZ, this is the second letter UCAZ, and this is the third letter. Repeatedly I have taken UCAZ in each block, UCAG here, UCAG again, UCAG, UCAG. So it's very easy to remember the codons and the particular amino acids coded by the codons. 64 codons are there for 20 amino acids, so there must be more than 1 codons coding a particular amino acid. Okay, so see here, see, it's very easy, and we'll discuss the properties of genetic code. So just I am describing the table first, it will be very easy and very clear to you to remember. Okay, see here, U, it is the first letter of the first block. Let's consider about this first block. U is the first letter, and this U is the second letter. So in this block, this U means first, second, first, second, first, second, first, second. These two letters of these four codons, these are constant. And UCAZ, this is the third letter of each individual codon of this block. See here, it's very easy. This is the first letter and second letter U. So in these four codons, it is constant. The first two letters are constant and third letter is only changing. UCAZ. Okay, very easy. Let's consider this block. See, U is the first letter and C is the second letter for this block. Okay, so UC, it is constant for all these four codons, and the third letter it is changing, UCAZ. This is called bubbling hypothesis or bubble base. Means the third nucleotide of the codons of a particular base only changes. Okay, so this means depending upon this, all these codons I have I have written here all these codons. Okay, so each individual block, let's see about this block. The first letter is C and the second letter is U. So see here in the four codons, CU, each individual codon it is having CU, the first two letters, and the third letter is UCAZ. Okay, so as per that I have written the codons. It's very easy and very easy to remember that which codons they code for which type of amino acids. Also, if you will remember how to maintain the sequence of the codons in the blocks, it's very easy to remember also the amino acids coded by the codons. Okay, see here, these two codons they code for phenylalanine. I have written here the short alphabetical form also, F. It represents phenylalanine and it is the triplet form of amino acid. In the previous class I have also told you how to remember the amino acids alphabetically, and I will also copy the link here in the description box. It will be easy for you for the reference. So these two codons they code for phenylalanine and these two they code for leucine. L, it represents leucine. Then see here, all these four codons of the second block they represent leucine. Okay, leucine here also leucine. As I have told you that more than one codons they code for a particular amino acid. So 6 consecutive codons here. See, 6 codons they represent only leucine here. And in the third block, come to the third block, these three codons they code for isoleucine. That is, I is the alphabet which codes for isoleucine, and AUG is methionine. I have told you AUG is the initiation codon or the starting codon. It codes for methionine only. Out of 20 amino acids, only 2 amino acids are there which are coded by each individual specific codons. This is one, methionine, and another one is what? Tryptophan. I will tell you. See here. So AUU, it means all these three they code for isoleucine, and AUG it codes for methionine. Let's consider about this block. All these four they code for valine only. Okay, and here also all these four of the codons they code for serine. Here they code for proline, and these four they code for threonine. T I have written, and all these four they code for the alanine, the first amino acid in the alphabetical order. Okay, and here see, 2 of these they code for tryptophan. Tryptophan is W. It is represented by the alphabet W. And see here, I have also told you that out of 64 codons, one is the initiation codons and initiation codon, and 3 codons they do not code for any amino acid. These 3 codons are known as nonsense codons or stop codons, and out of these 3, these 2 are there, UAA and UAZ. UAA name is ochre and UAZ it is amber. Okay, then means these 2 codons they do not code for any amino acid. Then these 2 codons they code for histidine, and these 2 codons they code for glutamine, GLN, it is glutamine, the triplet form, and Q is the alphabet which represents glutamine. Okay, then these 2 they code for asparagine, N is the alphabet, and these 2 they code for lysine, K is the alphabet representing, and these 2 they code aspartic acid, that is D is the letter representing each. D and E, these are the what? Acidic amino acids. I have described about amino acids. So these 2 they represent aspartic acid and these 2 represent glutamic acid. Okay, DE. Then come to this block. These 2 codons they code for cysteine, and this C here UGA, UAA, UAG and UGA. These 3 are the stop codons. These 2 are ochre and amber, and this is also amber. Okay, UGG it codes tyrosine. Just I have told you that only 2 amino acids they are coded by specific 2 codons. One is methionine, another is tyrosine. It is represented by Y alphabet. And these 4 codons they code for arginine, represented by R. These 2 they are coding serine. and these two they code for arginine. Just I have left this block blank to show you how the codons are formulated. See here, the first letter of this block is G, and the second letter of this block is also G, and accordingly the third letter of the codons they will only change UCAG. So very easy it is to write. First two letters are constant of the four codons of a particular block. Then just you have to add the third letter in a sequence, UCAG. So all these four the code for the amino acid glycine, G. Okay, G represents the amino acid glycine. So this is all about the genetic code table, how the codons to remember, and means which codons or which sequence of codons of a particular block, what type of amino acids they code. If you means easily remember, it is a process of easy remembering of the codons and the type of amino acids coded by it, because many of the MCQs you will face in the NEET also, which is based upon the genetic code table, and it's a very easy method to remember. Okay, let's discuss about properties of genetic code. Just I have told you that experimentally it has been proved that 3 consecutive nucleotides they represent a codon. So the first property it is triplet, means the genetic code it maintains triplecy or triplet, means the codon, each individual codon is a triplet. Triplet means 3 nucleotides, 3 consecutive nucleotides, they make one codon which codes for a particular amino acid. Second, degenerate. See what is degeneracy? Because 64 codons are there. Out of 64 codons, 3 codons they do not code for any amino acid, stop codons. And then what is left? 61 codons they code for 20 amino acids. So there must be more than one codon coding a particular amino acid. So this is called degeneracy of the genetic code, that many more codons they can code for a particular amino acid. So there is degeneracy in the codons, that is degenerate, the genetic code is degenerate. Then third one, non-overlapping. What is this non-overlapping? Supposed to be this is the mRNA having the sequence of nucleotides, supposed to be it is AUG, CGG, ACG, like this. Then these 3 they represent one codon, these 3 they represent another codon, these 3 they represent another codon or third codon. So there is no overlapping of the letters. Supposed to be this is the codon and this U it is not overlapped. It is not overlapped, means three nucleotides they make one codon, and out of means these 3 nucleotides none of the nucleotide is said with the another next codon. Okay, so there is no overlapping in the genetic code. Only the codons are maintained by triplet nucleotide sequences which are present in a sequence, and these nucleotides are not overlapped by the next codon. Okay, so these 3 they represent one, these 3 they represent another, and these 3 they represent the third codon likewise. Okay, so there is no overlapping in the genetic code, in the codon sequence of mRNA. There is no overlapping. Then comma-less. The genetic code is comma-less, means the nucleotides are present in a sequence in mRNA. Likewise, the codons are present in a sequence in mRNA, and there is no comma, there is no space. So the codons are comma-less. There is no space, there is no comma. Then unambiguous. Unambiguous means what? See, we have discussed that many more codons, more than one codons, they may code for a particular amino acid, but each individual codon it codes for a particular amino acid. Supposed to be UUU, it codes for only phenylalanine. This UUU it doesn't code for any other amino acid. So there is no ambiguity. Ambiguity is there is no ambiguity in the genetic code. Each individual codon it codes for a particular amino acid. So genetic code is non-ambiguous or unambiguous. Then universal. See, it is what? Universal. This type of 61 codons they code for 20 amino acids, 3 stop codons, 1 initiation codon AUG. This type of codon sequence and the codons what they represent the amino acid, type of amino acid, it is universal, means starting from Monera up to Mammalia, means starting from bacteria up to mammals, this genetic code it is constant, it is not changed. Okay, it is universal. All different types of up to means starting from the prokaryotes up to higher eukaryotes, it is maintained, it is constant. So it is universal, means the codon which codes for a particular amino acid it will code in the higher and the lower and the different types of organisms also. It is universal. Then collinearity. What is collinearity? See, the codon sequence of mRNA, as per the codon sequence, the amino acids they come. Supposed to be this is the mRNA 5 prime to 3 prime. See, AUG is the first codon, so there will be methionine in the protein. Next, CGG. See here, CG. C is the first letter, G is the second letter, means this one. CGG. This CGG, it represents arginine. So there will be what? Arginine only. Next amino acid. Then ACG, third codon. ACG, third codon, A, first letter, C, second letter. This block, ACG, it codes for threonine. So the third amino acid will be T, threonine. So likewise, the amino acids will be there as per the codon sequence of mRNA. AUG codes for methionine, CGG codes for arginine, ACG codes for threonine. Okay, so as per the codon sequence, the amino acid sequence of protein, it is maintained. Okay, and this is called collinearity. Collinearity of amino acid sequence in the protein, it is maintained by the codon sequence of the mRNA. As per the codon sequence, amino acid sequence is maintained in the protein. So collinearity is maintained. Okay. Next, gene polypeptide parity. See, these amino acids, these are transcribed by the gene. So as per the genetic sequence, as per the nucleotide sequence of the gene, the mRNA, it is having the nucleotide sequence, and 3 nucleotides, consecutive nucleotides, they make one codon. And as per the codon sequence, there is the amino acid sequence in the protein. So gene polypeptide means protein parity is there. Gene polypeptide parity. From gene, the message, it is transcribed into mRNA, and mRNA, it translates the protein. So this is maintained. Gene polypeptide parity is there, but it is not seen in case of viruses, because what? Overlapping of genes, it is seen in case of viruses. This last one, 8th number property, it is not applicable in case of viruses. In case of viruses, it is not applicable. Gene polypeptide parity, it is not applicable in case of viruses, because there is overlapping of genes in the genetic material of virus. So these are all about the properties of genetic code, and how to draw the table. I have also told you that this represents the first letter of the codon, this represents the second letter of the codon, and this represents the third letter of the codon. And in each individual block, first 2 letters, they are constant, only the third letter is changing. U, C, A, Z, easily you can write for each individual block, and easily you can remember which 2 or 3 or 4 codons they code for particular amino acids, or individual codons which code for amino acids. Only 2 amino acids, they are coded by individual codons, methionine and tyrosine. Rest of the 18, they are coded by more than 1 codons. Okay, so this is all about the genetic code, and experimentally it was proved by these 5 scientists: Nirenberg, Ochoa, S.G. Corona, Francis Crick and Mathai. Okay, so this is all about the genetic code, and later on we will discuss about the process of or mechanism of translation. So share my channel and subscribe my channel for the upcoming videos, and thank you for watching.